Hello team and welcome back to Alt Marketing School. It's Fab here, founder and head teacher of the school. And today I bring you an experiment. Yes, another one. If you met me before, if you know me, if you've known me for a while, dear friend, listener, rebel, watcher, you will know that I indeed enjoy trying up new experiments. And since it's summer, I thought it would be a great opportunity for us to look back and actually dissect some very interesting topics by putting them under the microscope. This is also going to be a series of videos as well as actual events that we are going to run for the school. So you can always go to altmarketingschool.com/events to find out more. I wanted to cover a topic that also celebrates something that literally just happened, like this week, which is the very, very, very exciting release of our first ever deep dive masterclass on the topic of today, which is the creator economy. So to celebrate this 45-minute in-depth training plus amazing, if I say so myself, Notion dashboard that we just released on our website in our courses section, I thought I'll brush off a bit of a conversation around creator economy. And I'm not going to be on my own. I'm actually bringing some snippets and incredible wisdom from amazing people that are friends of the school, including Justin Moore, Clouse, Llul, and David Elikwu as well. It's going to be very exciting. Indeed, we are going to cover everything today, from who creators are to some of the stumbling blocks and lessons from creators as well. And I really hope you are going to enjoy this chat. As such, we're going to start off by actually reminding you of who creators are and what does it really mean to be a creator. And today I'm going to be helped by the amazing Justin Moore, who was on our podcast in episode 103. So let's hear it out from Justin, covering that question. Who should benefit from creators and who should be working with creators? So whether you're a marketer, a brand, B2B, B2C, this is a little reminder from Justin.
To your question about all the different types of people who are listening, it's not just about like, oh, here's this consumer product, like, hey, go buy this toothpaste. No, there's like so many other ways in which you can leverage creators and leverage influencers in your particular space to, have a meaningful outcome for your business. And so I think that's like one of my favorite examples from a B2B perspective is like, if you have influence over your particular topic, there's so many different ways that you can take that.
Thank you so much, Justin, for bringing us some wisdom. I absolutely love to actually uncover some of the important things that we sometimes tend to forget about creators and about the creator economy as well. As such, I actually wanted to share some wisdom when it comes to the journey of the creators. Whether you consider yourself a creator or you're looking to work with one, actually, when we're thinking about creators versus influencers, there's a huge difference. One that I actually talk about in depth in our deep dive masterclass on the creator economy. Why is this important? It's important because creators are becoming the next level entrepreneurs that combine their skills in creating amazing content and obviously entertaining their audience, but also building that trust and branching out from sponsorships and collaboration into more complex products that actually are owned by themselves. As such, what that means is that there's actually some knowledge and some self-development that we go through as creators, and the journey of growth and success can bring some interesting challenges, some which we are bringing back with our friend Clouse, who was yet another guest on the podcast in this last season. I'm going to leave you with the big old question. How do we know when to say yes and when to say no when it comes to getting new opportunities as creators? Let's hear it from Jay. And as always, if you want to check out the whole episode, don't forget to check out our podcast or even the show notes, where you will be able to find all the links to the episodes mentioned today.
The more successful you become, the more visibility you have, the more people know of your work and admire it, the more great opportunities enter your world. Opportunities that you spent the first X number of years of your career trying to manufacture. Any one of those would have been like an exciting thing. And now they might actually just be a distraction and something that detracts from the thing that you're so good at and the thing that you should be spending your time on. So I've had to unlearn saying yes to everything, because it used to be like, yes, any opportunity, yes. And now I have to say no to just about everything. And that doesn't mean saying no 3 out of 4 times. It means saying no like 99 out of 100 times. It's a huge difference, because every yes is a huge commitment and it's a huge opportunity cost to other things that you've said yes to. And it's like the hardest lesson for me to learn.
Thank you so much, Jay, for reminding us the importance of saying no and actually making space for the yeses that really fill you and your goals and also your objectives as a creator as well. And within that, I think there's another really important conversation to be made, which is about how we are growing as creators in the online world by getting inspired by others. And who better person to talk about this today than the amazing Llul from the Still Club. Yes, indeed, there's a lot that we can learn by being creators, and one of them is actually how to look at others for inspiration and non-competition. So let's hear Alex's point of view and something that he learned himself about being part of the industry and growing as a creator himself too.
Stop seeing other people, in this case, other creators, as competition, and I start seeing them as inspiration. And this was really like a game changer for me, because once you start doing this, the world is less about likes, followers, who's posting the tweet with more likes or who's getting the more followers. It's more like, okay, this person is doing like a really good job with their content. What can I learn from them? What can I steal? Still, always in an ethical context. I had to clarify what can I steal and what can I apply to my own content. And at the beginning, I was thinking there was like some people that were ahead of me, that started after me in the journey, but then suddenly, there are people that are just naturals, and they do it so well. And I was like, wow, why is this guy, doing it so well? And I was like, but then I was thinking, okay, instead of doing that, just try to look at what he is doing and try to be like, okay, how can I replicate what he's doing? But obviously always applied to my own way of doing things. But how can I do what he's doing? What can I learn from him? So, switching that competition into like learner mindset, then it has really helped me with my content, but also with my business in general.
One of the biggest challenges when working with creator or as a creator yourself is actually being able to genuinely grow and expand, but also reclaim your time, set up better systems, not go literally insane. And this is why I wanted to bring you a little snippet of an amazing workshop that David from The Knowledge brought to us in one of our marketing sprints. Our marketing sprints are a collection of workshops that are run live every quarter, where we bring amazing teachers to share some of their wisdom and their knowledge. And if you missed our sprint, as a reminder, you can always go to the self-paced course library and community, where we have all of the replays of these amazing workshops. But just because we're talking about the creator economy today, I thought I'd bring you a bit of a sneak peek of the behind the scenes of one of David's systems, which is his newsletter, which, as we know, is also an amazing tool for sponsorships, collaborations, and working with brands and others as well. So let's have a little bit of a dive into what does David's newsletter look like and what's the process that he uses when it comes to writing and collecting ideas for it.
Super simple way of writing newsletters. I have a quick capture system. I have one database. Technically, I have two. One, while I'm browsing the internet, I could be on Twitter, I could be on any website. If I find something interesting, it goes in one database, which is just for reference. And the reason I have that, it becomes like an anti-library. So anytime I'm doing research and I'm searching, because I've already saved it into my Notion database, I can always find interesting stuff that I'm come across. But it also means I don't have to read the stuff the first time, right? So as I'm browsing the internet, I don't have to read every single article. I don't have to watch every single video. But what I can do is save it. And when I save it, I write, some SEO. I make it discoverable. So I put in all the keywords so that later on, if I'm ever trying to search for something, let's say related to stress, everything that I've come across before that's related to stress will come up. And I already know it's high quality stuff. I don't have to go to Google. I'm never going to Google. I'm going to my own library of stuff I have curated over the last few years. So that's one database. The second database is just notes. All the notes that I take. If I read a book, notes. If I listen to a podcast, notes. If I watch a YouTube video, notes. If I think of something random on the train, notes. It all goes in the same place. And then I have a system here, which I call velocity, where I rank all of these ideas. Sometimes, I remember it was my dad's birthday. I was on the train home to go and see my family. While I was on the train, I had an idea. I wrote it down. If all I can come up with is a title, the velocity is 1. And the rankings are 1, 3, and 5. There's no 2s, there's no 4s. What that means is it forces me, if I'm going beyond a 1, I have to get this to a 3. So a 1 it can be a headline, it can be one sentence. A 3 is I have a few bullet points. Maybe I have an entire outline, but it's very loose. A 5 is, okay, now I've got a few paragraphs. I've actually spent a little bit of time polishing this idea.
Last but not least, I wanted to bring it back to the actual masterclass that I recorded and that is now live on our website, which really dives deep into some of the processes and the systems that we can set up when we're looking to collaborate with creators. But also I talk a lot about cross-promotion when it comes to newsletter cross-promotions and other unpaid sponsorship opportunities as well. And this goes back to something that I talk about when especially I run through the amazing, again, humble dashboard that I created for us for this masterclass. And it's the fact that when it comes to partnerships, looking at long-term collaborations can actually be so much more effective for any brand or marketer looking to work for creators. So just because I'm not the only one saying it, I wanted to bring back Justin Moore. Once again, we heard from him at the beginning of this episode to remind you of why longer-term collaborations with less creators can actually be more beneficial for brands and marketers instead of looking to work with lots of creators, especially when starting out.
If all the other creators that they're working with, a lot of them are divas, right? They make it so it's pulling teeth. They have to email them 3-4 times to get every single thing from the campaign. Do you realize, like, amplified by 10 other creators, if every other creator is doing that, it is just a massive headache. So if they can hire us to make 5 posts instead of 1 post, they don't have to deal with 4 other creators or influencers. We make their life easier. We get paid 5 times more money, right? So it's like there's all these interesting cascading positive benefits as a creator when you can be professional and business minded that have nothing to do with how many followers you have or what your influence is.
I hope you enjoyed this deep dive. I hope you enjoyed this little nuggets of inspiration and hopefully also reminding you how we can set ourselves up for success, both when working with creators or if we are part of the creator economy ourselves. As always, let us know what you think and if you enjoyed this experiment and if you would like to get more of these
under the microscope
little special bonuses. And if you want to learn how to harness the power of the creator economy, if you want to set up better systems to work with creators, analyze your efforts, and also grow campaigns and create repeatable relationships with creators as well, then don't forget to check out our amazing new deep dive masterclass. You can access it whenever you want, as many times as you want. And as well as the masterclass itself, you get an amazing dashboard that includes both a database on how to work with creators and also how to use cross promotions for your newsletters. All of this is included in the masterclass. Go and check it out at altmarketingschool.com/courses. And if you want to access this masterclass and a lot more, then why not checking out our course library? Is where all the good friends hang, and you can also access all our expert workshops, including in sprints, like the one of David that you just got a snippet from today. We will be back once again next week, but in the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. And that's all for me. So only thing I was left to say is class dismissed.